That makes a lot of sense because Dad can remember him coming in. He gave Daddy and your daddy $1 and said they could hang. Well, they went out to the chop block and chopped him too, and he called them little sons of bitches.
I'm going to give you a story about David Rathbone that you might not have heard. My grandpa, who lived to be 99, who was a Baptist minister.
You telling the conjure?
Yes, I am.
All right, go ahead. It's a hilarious story.
He used to go out in the driveway.
And this is a preacher and a really good man.
He used to go out and he used to kick around with his cane until he found change that we had dropped out of the cars, or a situation where we had dropped something in the driveway.
Whatever,
he would always
whatever
find
it may be.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my mom would always, on the way home, she would take off her knee-high pantyhose, and they were rolled up, and she sometimes, occasionally, in this case, she kicked one out of the car, and it was in the driveway. But she went on in the house, and my papa happened to find it with his cane, and he was like, he wouldn't touch it. For obvious reasons that I'll explain later.
You'll get it.
But he kicked it around with his cane, and he picked it up and finally got it on the end of his cane and brought it over to my dad, who happened to be working in the yard. He took it over to Dad and he put it right up in his face, and he said, David, you're going to have a talk with them boys. They're using those conjures.
And they've left one in the yard.
And they've left one in the driveway. And Dad, being my dad, David Rathbone, he grabbed it off the end of the cane and he shoved his arm all the way up to his shoulder in it, and he said, "Not my boys." There's the conjure story.